Hi guys, good day, it's me, Teacher MJ. Our topic for today class is all about the perfect cube and cube root. So without further ado, let's do this topic. So later on class, we'll be answering this type of question. We're going to identify whether the given number is a perfect cube or not. If the number is a perfect cube, compute its cube root. So we have given numbers and then we're going to determine which numbers are perfect cube and then not perfect cube. Now, if the number is a perfect cube, you need to get the cube root. Alright, so before we answer that one class, we need to understand more with regards to the perfect cube. So let's start with a perfect cube. Now, a perfect cube is a number that is obtained by multiplying the same integer 3 times. So let me just explain that one class. Example class. If I will say 1 times 1 times 1, and the answer is 1, right? Now, 1 here, class, is what we call the perfect cube. Another example, class, if I will say 2 times 2 times 2, of course, 2 times 2, that's 4, times 2, that's 8. And 8 there, class, is what we call the perfect cube. It is a number obtained by multiplying same integer by itself 3 times. Another example, class, if I will say 3 times 3 times 3, what's the answer, class? Of course, that's 27, right? And 27, class, is what we call the perfect cube. How about if I will say 5 times 5 times 5? What's the answer, class? That's correct. The answer is 125. 5 times 5 is 25. Times 5, that's 125. And 125 is a perfect cube. Now, what if you have fraction, class? Example, class, if I will say 1 over 8. Can I say 1 over 8 is a perfect cube? So let's check. Now, to determine, class, if a fraction is a perfect cube, one must check if both numerator and denominator can be expressed as the cube of an integer. Let me give you an example, class. If I will say 1 over 8. So, can I express this one as the cube of an integer? Yup. For 1, you can say 1 cube. 1 cube is just the same with 1, right? So, let me explain that later on. How about for 8? Can I express this one as a cube of an integer? Yup, you can say 2 cube, right? Because 1 cube, it means you multiply this one by itself 3 times. This will be 1 times 1 times 1. And for 2 cube, you can express this one as 2 times 2 times 2. Once again, class, always remember this one, class. If you have 2 cube, it doesn't mean 2 times 3. It means that you multiply this 2 by itself 3 times. And that would be 2 times 2 times 2. So 1 times 1 times 1, that's 1. 2 times 2 times 2, that's 8. Therefore, class, 1 over 8 is a perfect cube because we can express this one as a cube of an integer. So 1 cube and then 2 cube. Another example, class. If I will say 8 over 27, can I say this one perfect cube? So let's check. So for 8, once again, we can write this one 2 cube. 2 cube is just the same with 8 because 2 times 2 times 2, that is 8, right? How about for 27, class? Can I express this one as the cube of an integer? Yup, that would be 3 cube, right? Because 3 cube, it means 3 times 3 times 3. You multiply 3 by itself 3 times. And 3 times 3 times 3, that is 27. So therefore, class, if the fraction, you can write that one cube of an integer, you can express the numerator and denominator by the cube of an integer. Therefore, class, that fraction is a perfect cube. Alright, so that's it for the perfect cube. So let's answer this one. Number and then cube. For negative 5, the answer there is 125. And for negative 4, we try to find the answer. So once again, class, for negative 5, the answer is 125. Because that would be negative 5, then cube. So negative 5 cube, it means that you multiply this negative 5 by itself 3 times. So this will be negative 5 times negative 5 times negative 5. So negative 5 times negative 5, that would be positive 25. So once again, this is positive 25 if you multiply this one. Negative times negative is positive. 5 times 5 is 25. Do not forget, class. Multiplying same signs, the answer is positive. Negative times negative is positive. Then 5 times 5 is 25. And then 25 times negative 5. Positive times negative, that would be negative, and like signs. Positive times negative is negative. 25 times 5, that's negative 125. That's why you have negative 125. Alright, that's one class, negative 4. So negative 4 cube. So that would be negative 4 times negative 4 times negative 4. You multiply negative 4 by itself 3 times. So negative 4 times negative 4. So negative times negative is positive 16 times negative 4. So positive 16 times negative 4. Positive times negative is negative 16 times 4. That would be negative 64. So our answer is negative 64. And for this one class, for negative 3, what would be our answer class? So negative 3, you multiply it by itself 3 times. So let's have it here. So negative 3, then cube. Once again, because you need to get the cube of negative 3. So negative 3 times negative 3 times negative 3. So negative times negative, that's positive. And then 3 times positive 9, so that would be negative 27. So this is negative 27. And for 2, that's negative 8. So negative 2 times negative 2, that's positive 4. Times negative 2, that's negative 8. And for negative 1, so negative 1 cube. Alright, so this will be negative 1 times negative 1 times negative 1. So negative times negative, that's positive 1. Times negative 1. Positive 1 times negative 1, that's negative 1. So our answer is negative 1. And then for 0, 0 cube, 0 times 0 times 0, that would be 0. And then for 2, 2 times 2 times 2, that is 8. We have positive 8 because we multiply positive numbers. 2 times 2 times 2, that's positive 8. And for 3, 3 times 3 times 3, that is positive 27. Alright, so I hope you understand class with regards to the perfect cube. Let's proceed now to the cube root. Now let's talk about the cube root class. The cube root is reversing the process of cubing a number. For example, when a number 5 is cubed, then it is multiplied 3 times and that would be 5 times 5 times 5, which is 125. Therefore, the cube root of 125 is 5. Now let me give you another example class for you to really understand this one. If I will say, what would be the cube root of 27? What's your answer class? You think of a number class that when you multiply it by itself 3 times, you will get 27. Of course, your answer is 3, right? Once again, the cube root of 27, that is 3. Why is that, sir? Because if you multiply 3 by itself 3 times, 3 times 3 times 3, you will get 27, right? 3 times 3 times 3, that is 27. Now, what if I say, what is the cube root of 8? What's your answer, class? What's the cube root of 8? Of course, you think of a number that when you multiply it by itself 3 times, you will get 8. Of course, your answer is 2, right? Sir, why is it 2, sir? Because if you multiply 2 by itself 3 times, you will get 8. 2 times 2 times 2, that would be 8. Therefore, class, the cube root of 8, that is 2. Last one example, class. If I will say the cube root of 1, what's the cube root of 1? Of course, your answer is 1, right? Why is that, sir? Because if you multiply 1 by itself 3 times, 1 times 1 times 1, the answer is 1. Therefore, the cube root of 1, that is 1. Now, what if you have a negative number? Example, if I will say the cube root of negative 8, what's the answer, class? You think of a number that when you multiply it by itself 3 times, you will get negative 8. Of course, we know that if we multiply 2 by itself 3 times, we will get positive 8. Therefore, since this is negative, it should be negative 2. That would be negative 2. Why is that, sir? Because if you multiply negative 2 by itself 3 times, so negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2, so let's check if we get negative 8. Negative 2 times negative 2, negative times negative is positive, 2 times 2 is 4. Alright, and then positive 4 times negative 2, positive times negative is negative, 4 times 2 is 8. And that would be negative 8. Alright, so I hope you get that one, class. Last one example, class, for a negative. What if I say the cube root of negative 125? What's the answer, class? That's correct. It should be negative 5. Why is that, sir? Because if we multiply negative 5 times negative 5 times negative 5, So negative 5 times negative 5, negative times negative is positive, 5 times 5 is 25. And then 25 times negative 5, so there will be negative 125. Positive times negative is negative, 25 times 5, that's negative 125. Alright, now what if you have a fraction? What if I say the cube root of, so let's have this one. What if I say the cube root of 1 over 8? What's the answer, class? The cube root of 1 over 8. So we can write this one individually. We can write this one as the cube root of 1, the cube root of the numerator, that is 1, and then the cube root of 8. So once again, class, you can write this one individually. Once again, the cube root of 1, you think of a number that when you multiply it by itself, you will get 1. Of course, that's only 1, right? 1 times 1 times 1 is 1. So the cube root of 1, that's 1, and the cube root of 8, that is 2. So therefore, class, the cube root of 1 over 8, the answer is 1/2. Another example, class, if I will say the cube root of 8 over 27. So once again, we can write this one individually. The cube root of 8 over the cube root of 27. So the cube root of 8 over the cube root of 27. The cube root of 8, you think of a number that when you multiply it by itself, 3 times you will get 8. And that would be 2. So the cube root of 8, that is 2. And the cube root of 27, that is 3. So therefore, our answer, class, is 2/3. The cube root of 8 over 27, that is 2/3. Alright, so if you understand this one, class, with regards to the perfect cube and cube root, we'll be answering our activity. Alright, so let's proceed. Alright, so let's proceed now in answering our activity. So we're going to identify whether the given number is a perfect cube or not. If the given number is a perfect cube, compute its cube root. So we have given numbers. So these are the given numbers. We have 1, negative 8, 16, and so on. So let's start with positive 1. Is positive 1 a perfect cube? Yup, positive 1 is a perfect cube because if we multiply 1 by itself 3 times, 1 times 1 times 1, the answer is 1. Therefore, class, 1 is a perfect cube. So 1 is a perfect cube. How about negative 8, class? Is negative 8 a perfect cube? Yup, negative 8 is a perfect cube because if we multiply negative 2 by itself 3 times, so negative 2 times negative 2, that's positive 4. And then positive 4 times negative 2, that would be negative 8. So therefore, negative 8 is a perfect cube. Because if we multiply negative 2 by itself 3 times, we'll get negative 8. So negative 8 is a perfect cube. But once again, class, for me, class, it's better for you to memorize the perfect cube numbers. So let's try. Let's see if we can memorize, for example, 1 cube. So 1 cube, class, it means 1 times 1 times 1. And 1 times 1 times 1, that is 1. If I will say 2 cube, so that would be 2 times 2 times 2, 2 times 2 times 2, and that would be 8. 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8. If I will say 3 cube, 3 times 3 times 3, so 3 times 3 is 9, times 3, that would be 27. So once again, class, it's better for you, class, to memorize this one, the perfect cube numbers. So 1, 8, 27, these are perfect cube numbers. For 4 cube, so 4 times 4 times 4, the answer is 64. Once again, class, 4 cube, it doesn't mean 4 times 3. It means you multiply this 4 by itself 3 times. So 4 times 4 times 4, that is 64. For 5 cube, 5 times 5 times 5, that's 125. For 6 cube, 6 times 6 times 6, that's 216. And then 7 cube, 7 times 7 times 7, that's 343. 8 cube, 8 times 8 times 8, that's 512. 9 cube, 9 times 9 times 9, that's 729. And then 10 cube, 10 times 10 times 10, that's 1000. So once again, class, it's better for you, class, to memorize this one. These are perfect cube numbers. So better for you, class, to memorize this one. I'm sure, class, if you memorize this one, easy to answer these following questions, class, with regards to the given numbers. So you need to master this one, class. You memorize this perfect cube numbers. Alright, how about 16? Is 16 a perfect cube? Nope, 16 is not a perfect cube. 16 is a perfect square. So once again, class, 16 is not here for the perfect cube. Check the numbers, class. We don't have 16. We have 1, 8, 27, 64, 125 to 16, and so on. We don't have 16. Therefore, 16 is a perfect square. Because 4 times 4, that's 16. So therefore, 16 is not a perfect cube. It is a perfect square. Alright, how about 0? Is 0 a perfect cube? Yup, 0 is a perfect cube because 0 times 0 times 0, the answer is 0. So 0 is a perfect cube. So 0 is a perfect cube. How about negative 27? Is negative 27 a perfect cube? Yup, negative 27 is a perfect cube. We know that 27, positive 27 is a perfect cube because 3 times 3 times 3, that is 27. Now, since this is negative 27, it should be negative 3. If we multiply negative 3 by itself 3 times, we will get negative 27. Let's check. Negative 3 times negative 3, that's positive 9. Negative times negative is positive. 3 times 3 is 9. And then negative 3 times 9, positive times negative is negative. 9 times 3 is 27. Negative 27. So negative 27 is a perfect cube. Alright, how about negative 1 over 8? Is negative 1 over 8 a perfect cube? So check class, the numerator, 1. This 1 class, is it a perfect cube for 1? Yup. Negative 1 is a perfect cube. How about 8? Is 8 a perfect cube? Yup. 8 is a perfect cube. So therefore, this fraction is a perfect cube. Okay, once again, we can multiply this one, negative 1 over 2, multiply it by itself 3 times. So let's see if we get 1 over 8 times negative 1 over 2. Negative 1 over 2 times negative 1 over 2 times negative 1 over 2. So let's check if we get negative 1 over 8. Negative 1 times negative 1, that's positive 1, times negative 1, that's negative 1. And then 2 times 2, that's 4 times 2 is 8. Once again, class, if you're multiplying fractions, simply multiply the numerators and then multiply the denominators. You have that one, class, rational equations, multiplying fractions. So feel free to see the video, class. We do have many videos for rational equations, class. Feel free to see the video, class, for rational numbers. Alright, so negative 1 over 8, that is a perfect cube number. How about 512? Is 512 a perfect cube? Yup, 512 is a perfect cube because 8 times 8 times 8, that is 512. So once again, class, recall this one, 8 times 8 times 8, that's 512. Alright, how about 9? Is 9 a perfect cube? Nope, 9 is not a perfect cube because 9 is a perfect square. So 9 is not a perfect cube. 729. Is 729 a perfect cube? Yup, 9 times 9 times 9, that's 729. So 729 is a perfect cube. How about 25? Is 25 a perfect cube? Nope, 25 is not a perfect cube. 25 is a perfect square. Alright, so last one, class, 8 over 27. Is 8 over 27 a perfect cube? For the numerator 8, is 8 a perfect cube? Yup, 8 is a perfect cube because if we multiply 2 by itself 3 times, 2 times 2 times 2, the answer is 8. For the denominator 27, is 27 a perfect cube? Yup, because if we multiply 3 by itself 3 times, we will get 27. So therefore, 2/3 multiplied by 2/3 multiplied by 2 over 3. So in multiplying fractions, multiply the numerators, 2 times 2 times 2, that's 8. And then 3 times 3 times 3, that is 27. Therefore, 8 over 27 is a perfect cube. Alright, so once we have our perfect cube, we need to get the cube root of the perfect cube number. So for 1, the cube root of 1, that is 1 because 1 times 1 times 1 is 1. So the cube root of 1 is 1. And the cube root of negative 8, that's negative 2. Because if we multiply negative 2 by itself 3 times, negative 2 times negative 2, that's positive 4 times negative 2, that's negative 8. And for 0, the cube root of 0, that is 0. Because 0 times 0 times 0, that is 0. And the cube root of negative 27, okay, once again, the cube root of negative 27, that's negative 3. Why is that, sir? Because negative 3 times negative 3 times negative 3, that would be negative 27. So let's check. Negative 3 times negative 3, that's positive 9. Positive 9 times negative 3, that's negative 27. Therefore, the cube root of negative 27, that is negative 3. So the answer is negative 3. How about for the cube root of negative 1 over 8? So the cube root of 1 or negative 1, that's negative 1. And the cube root of 8, that's positive 2. So there would be negative 1 over 2. And the cube root of 512, that is 8, because 8 times 8 times 8, that's 512. And the cube root of 729, that is 9, because 9 times 9 times 9, that is 729. And the cube root of 8 over 27, we answered that a while ago, that would be 2 over 3. The cube root of 8, once again class, the cube root of 8 over 27, we can write this one as the cube root of 8 and the cube root of 27. So the cube root of 8, you think of a number that when you multiply it by itself 3 times, you will get 8. That would be 2, right? 2 times 2 times 2, that's 8. And the cube root of 27, that would be 3, because 3 times 3 times 3, that is 27. So that would be 2/3. That's it, class. We're all set. So that's how you answer this one, class. So I hope you learned something new today. If you like this video, class, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. You share it to your friends and to your classmates so that we can help more students. Once again, this is Teacher MJ. Have a great day, class. Goodbye for now. Bye-bye.